My God, will it ever stop snowing? Like,
I wish it would.
It's definitely. I don't know.
Right?
I walk outside, and even though it's not snowing, I'm still getting blasted in the face with snow from the wind, so I can't get away.
it's I don't know, but like I'm the first house, so like the snowplow accumulates all the snow, and depending on how much he decides he wants to cut the snowbank back that day, like I'm not I have to put my daughter in the car with Peppa Pig, leave it running, go snow blow the end of the driveway just enough so I can get the car out and then come home and finish it. It's ridiculous.
You know, we both live our first house on the corner, so I get drilled with the plow as well. It is.
I'm just at the top of the hill, so it's windy. That's the best way to describe it. We create wind tunnels. So like this morning when I was blowing the snow, Taylor looked out and was just like, he's got a white beard. Is that what he's going to look like when he's 50 or 60? And it was in that moment she realized she still wanted to be with me. So I mean, like, wow. Like...
Perfect. That could have gone another direction. That's no.
Yeah, what if you when you come inside and your beard is just a rock from like everything collecting? Oh,
yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. But also like I feel like it feels good. You're like, yeah, I'm man in elements.
No, you feel soaked to the bone. It's the worst.
On that note, Richard, why don't you introduce our lovely guest here today?
Yeah, you know, every guest I bring on here with the intention of just introducing them to the world because we do have a lot of beautiful people. But Jake Lewis is truly a beautiful soul, hardworking guy, local guy. You know, him and his dad are working and taking care of $1 million business. That can't be easy. I can't imagine. But he's also a new dad, and he's living and enjoying this new dad life that has come around for him. So we wanted to have him on so we could, you know, find a little bit about the business, what it's like to have an entrepreneur family, and some lessons he's learned that way, but also hear how the new dad lesson's going. So, Jake Lewis to the world, our gray collar friend here. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Oh, thanks for coming on. Can you explain the gray collar title for us?
Yeah, so like being from a family of entrepreneurs, you basically have to do like any job that's kind of asked of you. So one day you'll be white collar, one day you'll be blue collar, and I'm pretty sure the terminology for that is gray. And that's it. Like, you know, 2 or 3 days of the week I'll be administration, 2 or 3 days I'll be either on the road or on the tables or installing something in a factory. It's different every single day, and it's probably like the best part of the job.
I was gonna say, were you gonna ask, do you prefer one over the other?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
I was gonna ask how you felt like
white. I prefer white collar by a mile. I'll keep it real. Blue collar is you do it because that's the moneymaker, and white collar is to keep things kind of in line. But it's weird. There's kind of a toss-up of which one's more damning on your body, because when you're sitting in a chair like 8 hours a day, I can't see it being healthier than when you're like actually moving your body and lifting things and doing stuff. But some of the ways that you have to contort is blue collar, arguable.
Right.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So you've been working with your dad since you were pretty young. So you've got a good idea of what side of the business you liked better than the other pretty early, I guess.
Yeah, there was like some child labor laws getting
like
tossed out. Yeah, no. So my parents have always been like really hard workers. Mom's she worked 2 jobs for a majority of my life, and one being full time, the other being on weekends. So due to that, there would be like full weekends. Mom worked for community living; she'd be gone all weekend. So dad would have to do some overtime, and I'd be like 6, 7, 8, like working with dad for, you know, 5, 6 hours on a Saturday, which, you know, as a kid, like, you don't really realize that you're being taught kind of like this like discipline in a sense of like getting out, doing some work, and like completing a goal outside of, I guess, like what other people are doing, where maybe on a Saturday they're like out skating or like you know, enjoying their toys or whatever. But that's actually how I afforded things like growing up. when I went out on those Saturdays, I'd get paid like I think $2 an hour out of like dad's hourly like budget, and then I'd go to Rogers and I'd rent a game, or I'd go to the corner
Rent
store
a
and get some
game. What a
candy.
time.
Oh yeah. We didn't
I'm
have
sure we've all done
Blockbuster,
that.
it was Rogers.
So it's crazy to be 30 years old and have 25 years experience in the business. That's kind of that's something else.
I don't know about that.
Put that on your resume.
Yeah. It's honestly one of those things where when I reflect on it, and even when I talk to dad about it, I still fully believe that I go in and know nothing. And then I get asked the question and I generally have the answer for it, which is like refreshing on one hand and kind of surprising myself on the other. I still lean on dad a lot. Like, to be fair, I'm turning 33 in October. Dad's only 24 years older than me, so hopefully I got him for another decade. But there is so many one-offs in this business that it's kind of one of those things that if I didn't have dad or even his manager Charlie around, like, I would kind of be at a little bit of a loss. I'd be leaning on a lot of vendors at that point in time.
Right.
So
we're retrofitting things from the 60s,
Wow.
and 50s.
For a dummy like me, can you what do you do?
Yeah, tell us about the business. Tell us all the parts.
Yeah.
So we actually have like multiple businesses at the moment. So 2004, my dad bought PBS, which was Precision Balancing Services, from my grandfather.
Okay, not the public broadcast service. Good.
No, not public broadcast service. And what was it? So I think Grandpa started it in 1984.
Okay.
He originally started it in Brampton in the 70s with his brother. They split up. I think his brother moved like west of Guelph. Grandpa moved north to Midland. Dad started working there in 91, 92. Worked with Grandpa for like, I don't know, just over a decade, somewhere in that ballpark. Found the money to buy him out because he had a vision, and his vision was to not only continue doing the balancing that my grandfather did as a base, but also to expand into AC, DC motor and pump repair and wholesale. So basically, he bought out. There was a company in town called Dana Electric. They were on 4th and Bayshore, or whatever that street is, like right across from DNS. Is it DNS?
I think
that the shop
just sold
that collision center. Yeah. And so he bought that out and moved it out to my grandfather's shop. So he bought two companies at once. Don't know how he pulled that off. And at the end of the day, he kind of just like ran with that. Oh, he's calling me now. He just ran with that for 7 years. 2010 rolls around. I'm in grade 11. He buys KG Bearing and Belting, which was at the end of William Street, because he was buying bearings and belts to begin with for all of our repairs. And so he's like, why not just buy an outfit that essentially does the exact same thing? Yeah, so that's like the one business, and then our other business is a legal weed company. So we grow weed.
Cool.
Yeah. So
left-handed
Lonnie
cigarettes.
Exactly.
Lonnie has cigarettes.
This is all located in Victoria Harbour, by the way, and
like it's
two buildings. There's two buildings side by side, and they operate the one part of the business, so the KG Bearings and the PBS out of that building, and then they run the weed shop out of the other building.
Yeah, we like managed to I think it was like rent to own, if it was like described to me correctly, is how we got the blue building. The guy next door actually rented from my grandfather once upon a time, and then he got this big amount of money, built this massive shop, and then he wanted to retire, so dad rent to owned it for a decade, like close to it. 2010 to 2017, 2018. I don't know. Somewhere in that ballpark.
There was a thought that I was like, we should have Lonnie on here with you. That would have been an interesting. But your dad is.
Oh man, he would have talked the whole time.
But he's also maybe not like. he's not super publicly friendly, I would think, sometimes the way he speaks.
Yeah. He's an old blue collar guy. Like that's
He's the
kind
blue
of the
collar
funniest
side,
part, right?
for sure.
Yeah, like dad would rather be blue collar than anything else. He absolutely hates computers. He hates new technology.
Right.
I think if he got away with not having a phone and it was just those old flip phones, like he'd be down with that.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, that's it. But
as long as your dad can call people, he's a big phone call person. He's just that old school business. He loves to chat. Gets on the phone, talks to you for 20 minutes, tells you all these ideas he has. But he has good ideas. Your dad, one thing I can appreciate, I hope you appreciate as well, is he does have great ideas. That's why he's done all these things over the last 30 years. Takes some risk, but it's calculated.
Yeah, like I think he has really great baseline ideas. And for the most part, like a lot of them have come to fruition. I think the follow through the organization and the follow through is probably like where it starts like coming a little bit more into somebody else's like ballpark, where that needs to be accomplished by somebody else in order for it to like reach the end goal. And like it's not really lost on him or myself that this like the surrounding cast of like who we had, especially at the onset of his company taking off, because it was just $100,000 like annual company for probably the first like 6 years that he had it. He incorporated in 2010, and then I don't know why, like somewhere in the 2010 era, it bumped to like 1.5 million. And I don't think it's any singular thing that did specifically. I think it was he found the correct roster of people that were also like quite hungry at the time, in order to like kind of take over the area, even though there was more competition then than there is now, because a lot of these guys are older than dad is. They've closed shop or they've pivoted. Some of them being more so to like electrical, because we're already halfway there. Like we're dealing with motors, we're dealing with electricity 9 times out of 10. It's just they full pivot to like just electrical, industrial electrical. So
what was the plan to scale it, or did it like was there ever like that conversation to say like, hey, this is where we're at, 2009?
No,
like,
I don't think so.
No.
I think it actually just he hired like 3 people, 2 of them being like from the area for quite a long time. Okay. So they had connections, and that's kind of the biggest thing, especially like being in a small town. And I'm sure you're dealing with it like at the moment, being the house guy, the connections that you're like laying currently, because you had mentioned that you're from it was somewhere near North Bay. I remember you mentioned
Mattawa.
Mattawa. Yeah, I was gonna say Powassan. I'm like, no, Powassan South. He's from East. Yeah. But no, I think he just hired the right people at the right time. They were all very hungry. He had really good, he still has really good workers, that like will pretty much do whatever's asked in order to get a job done, which is like beautiful. And that's kind of like the mindset that you need to have out of your workforce in order to accomplish things.
Can you even find people like that these days?
So we have had like 3 or 4 different people in the last like 5 years, 6 years, and none of them have stayed like long term, mostly due to the fact that like once they realize that it is kind of like a bit of slugging with a bit of like finesse, with a bit of like, I argue that it's the difference of every single day that people don't like, and that's the one thing that keeps dad's business interesting to me, if that makes sense. That like every day is different, and which both of you probably live in the same like realm, right? Every single one of your days are different.
Every job's different. Every client you meet, their situation, their story, and you gotta pick it up and follow it along and work with it, right? You don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it is hard to find blue collar. I actually am in the midst of, well, dad and I now, he's on board. We have like, he has 5 grandsons now, so he's kind of got this thing in mind. Yeah.
I see where this is going.
4, there's 5 coming. But he's kind of got this thing in mind where he's like, so this business may actually have to be like the baseline for some of them. And like he uses the word legacy, he tosses it around. And I'm not even thinking about legacy because like at the end of the day, I want all the kids to try their hardest in school and I want them to like really do the thing that they want to do instead of being like my dad's got this or my grandfather's got this like on the back burner, which like I kind of did in school. I low key I knew where I was going and what I was going to do.
Was there
And
ever a thought of something different? I'm curious.
so I did go to school for psychology for
Okay.
a year and a bit, and I was like, "This is stupid." I I did it mostly to get out of Midland. I think would probably be the argument for that.
Right.
I went to Laurier, which is like down in Waterloo.
Oh yeah.
I tried
Golden
to switch.
Hawks.
Yeah, the Golden Hawks. Yeah. I can't walk on that symbol, which is right outside the cafeteria.
Right.
But no, I loved the school. Hated the administration. By the end of the first semester, I knew psychology wasn't for me. I was trying to switch to computer science.
Okay.
They basically told me I had to go gen ed for like a year and a half, and then like beginning of what would have been my third year, that's when they could like coordinate me getting into it. And I was like, no, like I'm okay on that. So
Yeah.
I just left.
Time and money.
Yeah, exactly. So I left at the beginning of the second year. And yeah, no, I want these kids to like at least do their own thing, try their own thing. I'm sure they will. But Dad's got this legacy thing about him. I'm trying to pivot more so to like ticketed trades, if that makes sense. Because like even though we're an out of house maintenance specialist, mill writing is kind of the closest thing that we would be considered. Okay. We do have like one millwright on staff, and I think more so ticketing towards like electrical or plumbing will probably be the future for us at least. And Dad's kind of like on board with that. I'd say in the last like 6 months or so, he's gonna come around to the idea. But he realizes that in doing that, and instead of like waiting for me to come up with the financials in order to kind of like take him out and progress with that, he's like, oh, I'm just not going to retire. Like,
he's been back and forth about that for years.
Yeah, he's like pretty much completely off the fence now. Doesn't believe he's going to retire. Looking to like deep pocket fund this excursion essentially. And
he's got to be around till the grandkids get there. That's like one thing I really appreciate about your dad is legacy is so important to him. His kids, his grandkids, like his family. The guy will do anything to see them successful or have a great life.
And he has. And
he has. He's achieved it. I love it.
Yeah. Like I really can't say. There's a million bad things you can say about people in life, you know, especially when you've known them for 33 years. But he is without a doubt, him and my mom. I can't just give it straight to him, like also my mom.
Fair. Your mom's amazing.
Yeah, they have been more supportive than I think like most people's parents probably can be. And like it's not lost on me that I'm completely privileged due to that fact, and my sister as well. You know, for my parents to have the excess money, especially at this point in time in life where her and I both got an early inheritance, so we were able to like buy our first homes. Not many people in our generation are going to even be able to do that. Him doing that alone, in my head, means that he succeeded in probably what he was like set out to do back in like 2006, 2004. Somewhere in that window. But yeah, no, I generally don't talk about it a whole lot because it's just one of those things where, you know, you bring it up nonstop and people kind of get like a little upset about the fact that like someone's parents can do that for them. But I'm lucky.
I think it's an interesting like concept because I feel like previous generations, like talking about money and talking about like, you know, how you manage to do certain things, buy businesses, whatever, buy a house, like was very taboo. But I think like more and more like our generation is comfortable talking about it. And like as a realtor, the amount of first time buyers I work with that they're getting some kind of help from mom and dad, whether it's like through a loan or maybe part of it on the home line of credit or whatever the case, just to get their foot in the door is
Yeah.
like more often than not there's help.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I think speaks to like a larger problem with the housing market, but
Yeah.
that's maybe for another episode.
I got another hour for that.
Right.
The housing market's crazy in Ontario.
Yeah. So sorry, is it just you and your sister?
Yeah. Yeah, there's only 2 of us.
Okay. So you have one kid and your sister is about to have her 4th?
Yeah.
So my sister's about to have her 2nd.
Okay.
She is like moved in living with Jeff, who's like a great brother-in-law, is what I already consider him, even though they aren't married as of yet. He's got 2 of his own.
Heavens.
Yeah, so they've got 3 boys already.
Okay.
2 being 7, 1 being 5.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, and there's another one coming that will be 10 months younger than mine. So that'll be
Wow.
very exciting. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is
no,
You can see your future already, just absolute messes and craziness.
When they're together at like, so we do Sunday family dinners like pretty
How
continuously.
cool is that? Sunday family dinners? Duh, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, no, we do that pretty much. It rotates. It's either at my parents' place or here. We haven't had it at my sister's yet. I don't think either of them are like big on cooking, so we'll see if that ever happens. But yeah, no, when all 3 of them are together, it is the loudest house I think I've ever been in.
Oh,
And
God.
I'm just continually like, this is just only going to get louder like as time goes on.
Oh my gosh.
It'll be exciting.
Yeah.
That's a lot of boys.
man. And your dad's
I know.
stoked about it. Your dad's stoked about that.
Oh yeah, he's crazy happy about that. Like, I think he wouldn't have been opposed to a granddaughter like in any capacity, but yeah, like to have like that many boys, he's just like, oh man, like the things they can do. And I was like, yeah, we'll see.
Your dad is like a man's man, but also
Yeah.
I think if there was a girl, she would be so privileged. He would hold her so tight,
yeah.
and she
Oh
would
my
just get
God.
everything she wanted. Right? She would be the princess. So maybe it's
Yeah.
good there wasn't one of those.
Well, my sister was the only like granddaughter as well in our generation. That's exactly how she was treated. So I would assume the same thing.
Right.
Well, you never know.
Never know.
So
never
what?
know.
You've been in Midland all your life, right? You lived here all your life.
So yeah, out of going on 33 years, I've lived here probably 29 of them, like somewhere in that ballpark. Because I lived a year overseas, year in North Bay, year in Waterloo. So,
Yeah, so you didn't really finish
no.
your school story. If you want to tell Ben how you progressed, because it went
Oh,
to Laurier
no.
to
yeah,
You can't say progress to North Bay. That's not a progression.
yeah. So I lived in North Bay and took pre-apprentice to electrical at Canadore.
Okay.
I started it with biotech, and I was averaging a 76, and they told me that you needed an 80 in order to progress into NIPISing. And I was already sitting at the library like 2-3 hours every single night, and I was just like, I guess I'm not smart enough for this, you know what I mean? So I pivoted the next semester to pre-apprentice to electrical. Took first semester there, second semester down here at Georgian and Midland,
Okay.
and completed that. And then for whatever reason, I did not decide to apprentice under anyone electrically. Probably should have, looking back at it, but it is what it is. And then I moved overseas. I moved to Cardiff for a year, and so I took like international business over there for a year,
What?
just more so to get into the door and like be able to live there without like having to fly back every 6 months or you know,
Right.
just sitting around doing nothing. And yeah, I was there for a year. Passed. I have like, it's weird. They only do 3-year university over there.
Right.
So it was I have like some little diploma thing for like completing the first year, and I never understood how or why, but yeah, it's somewhere at my parents' house. And that's basically it. I came back and I was like, well, that was all well and good. And I, outside of that, like I lived in, actually, yeah, I did live in Barrie for 4 years as well. So I guess I probably only lived in Midland for about 27
Ooh.
years. 26.
But being here since you were a kid and seeing where it is now, like what's changed the most to you? Like what is Midland like as a kid? Like I came up here as a kid to see my grandparents, but I didn't like look around and know the town. Like you lived here. What was that like compared to now?
As much as it changed, it's like all kind of stayed the same. It's So, like for instance, when I was a kid, top of William Street, once you go past, uh, what was it? Once you go past like Bayview and Birchwood, there was never like a set of houses across from that storage place. That was
Right.
all trees when I was a kid. I actually had like my parents had a family friend that we'd go visit, and we'd like run through those forests because you never really had to worry about it. Like their house backed onto them, and then the moment that we're running back there and we start seeing it get cleared out, we're like, "What is this?" But like, yeah, that wasn't there. The stuff behind Walmart wasn't there.
Any businesses that you used to go to or places you used to go to as a kid that like left that you wish didn't?
Oh, so that little strip mall at the top of William Street. I grew up on Birchwood for the most part. I'm just gonna throw that out there so people
Right.
understand why I'm mostly in that area. There was Pop-In Video, and it was just this one singular guy who like rented things, and he would randomly have sales, and so we weren't like well off as a family probably until I was like 13, 14. Prior to that, like my parents were on a very strict budget. The kids kind of got like an extra $10 a week type of deal, like do as you please with it. And that Pop-In Video guy would randomly sell games. So I've always been a gamer. I had an Xbox at the time, and he sold me Halo for $5 like a year after
Changed
it
your
came
life.
out. Yeah, and that was the end of my whole life. Like at that moment, I pretty much sat on Halo until Halo 2 came out. And then, yeah, I miss that store. I know that he ended up moving to Young Street, where that hair salon is, like between First and Second.
Yes.
He was there for I think probably like a year, maybe two, and then I want to say retired or he moved somewhere and did something. That's one of those ones where I was like, oh, like this is always a feel good vibe. Rogers, when it used to like rent things, was really cool. Teddy's at the back of the mall too.
Is that the strip mall, like where that's Stackers is?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
breakfast
yeah.
place? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, Stackers is so good. That it has been one breakfast place or another for probably 20 years, and I'm not opposed to like really any of them. Like all of
Right.
them were quite good, but
And you-
Stackers is the best by like
Yep. You
pretty
got
much.
Mom's right over there too. Mom's is always
Mom's is good. Yeah, I man, the potatoes at Mom's are like delicious. I love Mom's like for the potatoes. But no, there was this place in the back of the mall, and I don't know if either. I know Ben wasn't here. I don't know if you moved here early enough where Mountain View is still a mall and not
I've been in there, yeah.
like yeah. So you know Teddy's at the back in the food court.
Maybe. Again, going there as a
Man, you
kid,
would-
like what do you remember?
Yeah, you would order like a medium or a large poutine, and that thing could feed a family of 6 for like 2 meals. Like it was incredible. Great fries, amazing poutine.
So wait, like Staples, Maurice's, Sport Check, that used to all like be an actual mall?
It was a
Yeah.
literal mall, yeah. So I would say
Huh.
where Food Basics, that's the grocery store up there. So
Yeah.
like to the left of Food Basics and to the right of the dollar store, there's that entrance. That's like blocked off. That's where one of the entrances was, and the other one's probably over near like the entrance to Staples. And it used to have
Alright.
like a Zellers and like the Fun Stop had a second location there. There was a ton of little like gimmicky shops. There was a Northern Reflections. It's one of those like blue jean companies or whatever. Boathouse
Blue
or
Notes
something.
yeah.
It was like
Yeah, Blue
classic
Notes.
malls.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, it was like
Classic.
great. Yeah. I miss that. The fact that they decided to strip mall that thing, I was just like, whoever owns that should have to legally sell it to somebody who like cares about the spirit of people having somewhere to
that was a
go in
major bummer.
Midland. Yeah.
And then we got left with the Rainbow, or what's the mall across, Huronia Mall? And it's just
Huronia,
like
yeah.
just the U, and it's like this is nothing. Like the other one used to like, cascade through the shops, and they had the food court and everything.
Yeah. When I was a kid, Huronia Mall actually was like filled out. Like there was something in every single store there. And now you get the federal and the provincial government and
Right.
I think like one bank, and you're like perfect. Like
A jeweler,
that's what
yeah.
I want out of a mall. But yeah. No, it sucks. I think they just probably charge too much rent. And we don't have the foot traffic like in Midland that would be required in order for a ton of things to survive in this area, right?
Right.
I think we see that a
with
lot in the commercial
Amazon and
space.
yeah, with
Yeah.
like the bricks and mortar, right? Is
Yeah, that's
like
the hard part.
I did work in retail for a good chunk, and I know even like 'cause it was a sport check, half our store sales were online. Like we were shipping stuff out the back,
Yeah,
like all day, every day.
so
And
you're
COVID just
packaging.
escalated that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so hard because, on one hand, Amazon's great, especially, when we have this onslaught of Blizzard like
Right?
for weeks at a time. You're like, okay, well, I need this thing. It's going to take
Amazon
forever
still
to get
shows
out.
up no matter
Yeah,
what.
yeah, exactly. Whoever's driving for Amazon needs a pay raise because
God.
they will drive through the end of the world just for you to get your diapers, and you're
But
like,
then they walk
"Thank you."
into your driveway, even though it's not plowed. They have to walk through your driveway to get to your door too. Still,
Oh, I
these
know.
guys are working
I know.
hard.
I know. Yeah, I hope they're getting compensated like justly for that, but
Probably not.
yeah, no, probably not. No. But yeah.
Yeah, cool. I think so. We touched a bit on the business, talked a bit on like the local Midland and stuff. Of all the places you've lived in, like what drew you back to Midland? What did make you appreciate this area? Like after going to
That's easy.
Laurier, and then tell me.
Family and friends. Like
Oh, yeah.
it was so. I am fortunate enough that I am still in contact with like a lot of my friends from high school. Growing up, public school, I didn't really have a ton of friends. I tried to hang out with people that I didn't have like a ton in common with, and like I had to be real with myself at one point of like what actually interests me in my pastimes, which is gaming and lifting, and that's like those are the only two things. And and
Simple
movies.
being.
Yeah, I'm a
Movies, yeah.
very simple being. Music, movies, gaming, lifting. And if you don't like those four things, then like, yeah, we probably have like things in common, like most likely, but like, am I going to keep up nonstop? Not nearly as much. So
You can
then,
add something to that now. You have a child, so now being a dad, you can you have dad friends.
Yeah, forget your
that's
hobbies.
Yeah, forget
Those
my
are
hobbies. But yeah, no. So my one group of friends, we actually have a Discord that like there's 14 of us from high school that we still kind of keep in contact. Some people pop in, pop out, but there's like I think 6 or 7 of us that probably message like on a daily basis.
Oh, damn.
I'm in that
just
Discord, and
learned
it's
what
very
Discord
active.
is.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm in
Yeah,
that Discord,
no.
and it's very active. Like you guys are posting in there. You guys have like a pets channel where you post pictures of your pets. You guys got a
Oh,
games
dude,
channel.
that's my other friend group. That's okay. So that's my gaming friend group. So I found grade 11 or grade 12. I just decided like, you know what? I game. I play World of Warcraft. I want to find people in the area that raid. And a buddy of mine, Josh Lattiser, like introduced me to now some of my best friends. Due to that, and like they all went to MSS, a couple of them went to PSS. My best friend in the world, George Attard, he is from St. Teresa's, which is where I went. We talked probably like every 30 minutes 30 minutes to an hour, even like 15 17 years
George
old,
is a great guy. I
something
met him.
like
Great
that.
guy.
Yeah,
Easy to talk to every 30 minutes, I think.
yeah, he's the yin to my yang, where I'm a little bit more introverted and quiet. He is uppity and George Costanza like, and I love every second of it. So that's my gaming group of friends, where it's like George Quinn, Jeff Malcolm, Cody, Joe, and like Josh. Mostly, and that's one you're in, and then the other one is like my friends. A couple of them live in Midland still, Coldwater, and they're like the overachievers. There's like one in Hawaii, one in Manhattan.
Oh, damn.
One was in Berlin, but now he's moved to where is it, Langley, BC. And so like we need Discord in order to like kind of remain in contact, because
Right.
without it, like when do you ever just call a friend up that lives on the other side of the planet and just be like, hey, like how's your day going? So yeah, I'm very fortunate. I probably have like 15 different people I can bounce ideas and thoughts off of like at any moment.
That's wicked.
I envy that, man. I envy that. I think that's impressive. I think it takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
And
I've
you
got
know,
Richard.
Yeah, no,
you're
I
very
made
far
like
away
a
from
really
home.
yeah, I made a really big point to try and make sure that like I at least kept in contact with them, because like, you know, like I said, there's people that pop in and pop out, and those are the ones that like don't necessarily have the time or can make the effort in order to like be around all the time.
Yeah.
As I'm aging, I'm realizing that like community and the people that you keep around like are the things that you remember long term. Like it's stupid little memories and events that like take place. And so, you know, I think I kind of started kicking into that like mindset when I lived overseas.
Right.
I lived in Waterloo and I lived in North Bay like prior to moving over there. But then as I was over there somewhere around the half-year mark, I was like, no, like as much as I liked the UK, like it wasn't home. My friends weren't there. My family wasn't there. The Sunday call like didn't scratch that itch. Where like last night Taylor made a cake just on whim and like text my family and said if anyone wants to come for dessert, like swing by. And then we have like, you know, my sister, my brother-in-law, my mom and dad, and my nephew here in under 2 hours. It's like a clear difference.
Right.
It's a
If
clear
there's
difference.
cake on the table, I'm always available too. If she wants
Yeah.
to, yeah, just
Yeah, it
gonna
was,
throw that out there. You don't
it
need to
was a bit-
reject me live on the podcast. You can do that later, but
no, like, and that's the thing is, I don't know. At the end of the day, I just got lucky. I've realized in my travels that like home is actually home. There's a million things I dislike about Midland, and there's a million things I love about Midland, and it'll always be home, especially as my family like continues to be here. Um, Even when they move away, like it's still a place that I was born and raised. And I see the slight differences like within 20 years, even though, like I said, it's just a lot of the same, even though there are like, you know, different faces and different positions of power. Um, the only thing actually that's changed that's like kind of caught me a little bit off guard is our uh our mayor is like super active on social media.
oh
That
right.
dude talks so much on social media. I have him on nothing, and I get shown about a post a week from this guy.
This
Right.
guy's paying for
So
ads.
yeah, so I'm just like, wow, like, so maybe politics is going to get a little fun in town. Who knows? But
I think that's politics everywhere. It's just in your
Yeah.
face on social media all the time. You can't get away from it. And now your local
yeah.
politics is in your face.
Yeah, my dad and I actually have this like back and forth because he tries to get a hold of me, you know, all hours of the day, and I think around 7 o'clock, like I actually just kind of turn my phone down. I try and stay off social media as much as possible. Doom scrolling, no good for your brain, no good at all. TikTok is probably like the worst thing to happen to society in a long time. Just so much brain rot.
Yeah.
Disconnecting, doing your own
Right.
thing, enjoying the time that you have is like the biggest thing in the world. And
That's why you like
how
the
I
Open
enjoy
House
my time.
podcast, because it brings local news. It's local people.
Exactly.
Right? It keeps the world local to people you could actually meet or walk into or relate to. I think that's the best part about it too.
Great plug.
Yeah, it was a great plug because as we were talking about just before you guys started recording, like I've watched a majority of these, and funny enough, like I don't know the people. I'll be blunt about that. Like I never shaken their hands, probably never even been in the same room, but like I knew a couple of the faces. And it's just because like I've been here so long that I'm like, oh, I've seen her around, or oh, I've seen him around. And it's kind of jarring, like in a sense, when you're watching something online and you're like, oh, I actually like community based, like I know that person. I don't know them, but like I recognize them. And
That's
it's
so
like
cool.
exciting. Yeah. So
I love to hear that.
I
That's
enjoy
like
what's
direct
happening.
feedback. And
Yeah.
I love that. I appreciate that.
And even if you can't like, and this is just like a slight plug, even if you can't like watch this on YouTube, like listening to a podcast it's like the easiest era of all time. Just sit down, throw it on in the background, enjoy the time, even when you're cooking dinner. Like, these are only hour-long chats. Come on.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly.
We think about it the same way.
Amazing. Do you accept e-transfer for that, or how do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
All right.
Gonna start this rumor that we pay our guests to come on the pod. You're gonna say exactly this. Here's your script.
Right. I was well rehearsed. Well rehearsed. So I want to know more about your lovely other half. I'm assuming they're lovely. I've never met them.
Oh yeah,
Taylor's
Taylor
amazing.
is. Yeah, Taylor.
So how'd you guys meet?
Funny enough, Hinge. Like, honestly,
Okay.
so we met just after COVID, and like, well, not just after COVID. So the best way to describe it is, I like distinctly remember the time frame that like you went from like dating people in real life to all of a sudden the only way that you can meet someone is online, and it was like somewhere in that ballpark of like 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
And so after that, yeah, I met most of my girlfriends outside of like
Girlfriends. Whoa.
well, outside of like one, like online. And
Right.
you know, it sounds like taboo because like everyone's like, oh, like you didn't go out and meet her, but I would have never met her. I promise you, I would have never met Taylor had it not been for Hinge. And it's like become the best thing of my life. Like at the end of the day,
Right.
she worked in Midhurst at the time. She lived in Wasaga. I lived in Barrie. I worked in Collingwood. Not a chance. So it's so I recommend online dating, or at least like attempting it. But only if you're actually looking to date. If you're just looking for hookups, God, you just clog the app. So terrible. But yeah, no. So Taylor is like, I was born in 93. She was born in 96. Met in March of 2023. Had like our first official date. Went to this place called Casa Cappuccino. Used to be downtown Barrie. I swear, within 3 weeks of us going there, that place closed. Oh, and so we can never go back to the first place we went on a date. But so we went and got a coffee, walked around the like lake essentially, and then came back. And the first day was just under 4 hours. So
pretty good
obviously
date.
Off to a great start. Yeah, I lived with one of my best friends at the time in Barrie. Got back to the place, and I'm just like, you know, like I think it went well. I just have a ton of stuff going on because April 2023, I was moving back to my house from Barrie. I had to move my grandparents the last week of March, and there was like a change in job essentially. Like I had just went from dad's company to like, oh wait, no, sorry, not dad's company, to Parkbridge. So I worked at this place called Parkbridge for a while, and I was changing jobs internally. And so I was just a little stressed out, like in life in total. And it was probably not the perfect time to like go on a date or do anything. So I was like, once I move into Midland, like I would love to go on a second date. I know it's like 3.5 weeks from now. And so I thought I blew it, right? Because we only talked a couple times.
Right.
She messages me. So I put a story up on Instagram just to be like, living in Midland. And she goes, congratulations on moving in. I hope everything went smoothly. So then I followed up, and the rest is history. I don't think she left my house after like that date on like April, I don't know, it was like April 10th or like 14th or something. But yeah, she moved in by I think June. And there really has not been many downs at all. It's just all been ups. We have a kid. She's turned this like house into a home. I kind of give her like pretty much full reign on how she wants to situate the house and the things that she wants to bring into it.
Right.
Doesn't She's sitting in the room with you right now?
No. Yeah, I have the gun to my head.
I see you looking over. I thought you were
say, I have the gun to my head. But no.
It's not that. I know she's amazing. I will say, like,
yeah,
knowing Jake and his dating history.
Are you guys married or anything? Did you propose or?
No. So she has.
Sorry if that's
No, it's okay. I don't know why. So my parents are happily married. They have been for like, what? I'm 30, turning 33. So they're gonna have their like 31st anniversary, I think, or 32nd in August.
Okay.
My sister and I, from discussions, just sound like neither of us really ever thought about marriage,
Right.
like in any capacity. So like my brother-in-law, like I think wants to get married at one point, and Taylor wants to get married at one point, and it's something that we never really thought of. So it's kind of like wrapping our heads around the fact that we are most likely going to get married to our partners at one point, and
Right.
you know, moving on from there, she has said like multiple times that she wants the same last name as her son. So it's got to happen like sooner than later,
I
I'm
think you
sure.
can legally change it
But
before you get married.
so that's the thing. Even
Uh-oh.
marriage is just so expensive right now, right? Like it is,
Yes.
it's crazy just even rent a venue. So I think it's most likely going to be like one of those things you go down to the courthouse, have
Your
like
dad's
your
not
best
going to let
friends.
that happen.
Oh yeah, no, he's totally down with that, because after that happens, we're going to try to just like host one big like shebang where
Yeah,
like
as long as
people
there's a
come
party,
and
your dad. As
celebrate.
long as there's a party.
Yeah. No, dad, you know, dad, he parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't let that go by.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it hasn't happened yet. I'm sure it will soon. Like
I'm going to give a bit of backstory on Jake's dating from my perspective, because I've known him since 2016 when I
Oh
moved here.
boy.
2017 maybe.
Buckle up.
No
2017.
word of a lie. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, no word of a lie.
Yeah.
Jake has had girls chasing him. There's always been prospects, and he's just like always been like, nah, you're not the one. You're not the one. Like he's always known. He's always been pretty picky.
Yes.
And when he tells me about Taylor, I could just hear in his voice. I was like, wow, like you're actually excited about a girl. Like it's not the girl chasing you. You're the one that's like stoked about this. And it was actually like really nice to hear. And that's how I knew. And then we met her for the first time, and just I was like, you guys were hanging out. Like I think you guys came to the backyard, hang out in our backyard that one day.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the first time you met her.
Yeah.
And me and Emily were both like, wow, like she's amazing and like such a good fit for Jake. And you look so happy. And yeah, it was so certain.
I'm like too blunt and a little bit like, if I'm not talking to you, I have a resting bitch face. It just like, it is what it is. My brother-in-law thought that I was like the meanest person in the world until we went on a trip together after like 7 months of him dating my sister. I
That's
don't
natural
mean to
brother-in-law stuff, dude.
Taylor is the complete opposite. Taylor is smiley. She's like soft. She's nice. She's empathetic. She's like, I don't know. She's just got the spectrum of like wonder to her that like I just lack as a human being. And that's kind of what drew me to her. So yeah, no, I'm I'm just happy that I continue to say I'm lucky, but like I'm just happy that I'm lucky enough to kind of like lead the life that I have like at this point in time, because there's a million other ways it could have gone, I'm sure. And it could have been like much worse at the end of the day. So like,
I think we all feel like that. But if you feel like you're lucky, that tells me that your life is where you want it to be and you're doing the things that make you happy. So that's awesome.
Yeah. No, which is like kind of surprising. Because like when you're a teenager and even in your 20s, you don't necessarily know what you're going to do. Even in like the turbulence of when I did end up going and just like working somewhere else, just to work somewhere else and see what corporate was like.
Yeah, I have questions about Park Bridge, but maybe that's offline.
Okay. Yeah, no. I would answer whatever questions I knew. If I know the answer to them, I'll provide them. If I don't, then
I feel like they are the empire of like, you know, mobile homes, modular home like parks. Right?
So
like,
I think when I was working there was 126 properties.
Right.
It may have been just a little less, but they were like continuing to expand. And they actually are owned by the same parent company as Quadrille. And Quadrille, you would see like down in the city, they're like a big renter. Like they build buildings and then they rent like everything internally. And that's their like whole MO. I think they're in like Calgary, Vancouver, and Toronto. They probably they're also in like a ton of overseas places, but the list is too long.
I know every time I have a client who's like, "Hey, let's go see this like, you know, this like cottage or like modular or whatever," and it's like a Park Bridge property, I'm like, "Oh no, the rules! They've got a lot of rules."
The banks don't like lending there either, man. They really don't like lending with those properties either. So
yeah, they have a lot of rules. The this is gonna sound like such a plug. Um, the managers of most of those properties are the people that I had to deal with like 9 times out of 10. Because
Right.
when I went there, I went and worked AP for a year, and then I was in purchasing for like just under a year.
Okay.
The managers were mostly all great. Like I would say 90% of those managers actually try their hardest to make the experience like the best that they can, and they aren't necessarily negligent. It's more so internal it's more so like internal impedance that like causes things to not happen as quickly as people would like within these like properties. Mostly due to like it is a corporation, right? Like it's
Right.
mostly due to spending. It's mostly like money allocation or what their priority is when it comes to that like property itself. There was this one property that looked like it was about to get like a ton of money spent on it, and then they just sold it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like at the end of the day, it's just a business to them. So
Yeah. I can echo that with the managers. Like anytime, like, you know, especially the ones with like controlled entry where like I try to get in, I have to go to the office, explain, hey, I'm a realtor, we're showing this property.
Yeah.
Any staff I've come across have always been like top notch. So
Oh yeah, I love the people of Parkbridge. The only reason that I even went back and did my own thing with Dad was mostly due to the fact that I didn't see where my career was going outside of purchasing there, and there was a lot of rumbling about Quadrille. I kept getting told it wasn't a takeover, and the second that you're told something's not happening in corporate, that's probably the thing that's going to happen.
Ignore that rumor. It's just a rumor. Don't believe it.
Yeah. And then when they start introducing you to the CEO and like CFO and stuff of Quadrille, you're like, okay, I see where this is going. So
right.
there might have been a downsizing coming. I still keep in random contact with a few of the people there, and the girl that I was like, you know, like a desk mate with, essentially, she went on to like go from purchasing to being like a personal assistant to one of the like higher ups, to now she's doing something else. And I'm sitting there like, I don't know if I would have been able to do that. So I think I made the correct choice at the end of the day. But yeah, like corporate is interesting. I felt like I did less work there than I did at my dad's shop, and I got compensated like quite fairly.
That's how they keep you around, man. That's how they keep you in the hole. Keep you in the corporate
true.
Trap.
Yeah, no, I was like, it's good money for what's being asked of me. But I'd never tell them that. But yeah, no.
So how is becoming a dad very recently? Congrats, by the way.
Thank you.
How has that changed your day to day, or has it?
Yeah, no, it has, because
of course.
Like, it how do I describe it? So like Taylor always wakes up with him. Her and I, total opposites again. I'm a night owl, and she's kind of like a morning person.
Okay.
She naturally wakes up at like 5 or 6, so she actually beats this kid awake like probably 80% of the time.
Wow.
So she'll just like deal with him for the first couple of hours and like give him his breakfast and kind of like start his day. And then when she kind of like deems it's time for me to wake up, she like rolls in with him and like puts him on top of me. So my day starts a million times better now than it ever did before I had a kid. Because yeah, is
he a pretty good sleeper?
Oh yeah, he's actually like quite good. He was a terrible sleeper for the first 3 months. Like he woke up every hour and a half, no matter what. So her and I ended up doing shifts where I watched him from 9 p.m. to like 2 or 3 a.m. And then she watched him from like 3 a.m. till 9 a.m. And so that at least allotted us like 6 flat hours of sleep, like each. And then if she took a nap with him in the afternoon or something, then she'd be close to 8. I can kind of like function off 6, but if you let me sleep, I will. So after that, I would say he wakes up. He's kind of like clockwork at this point. He goes to sleep somewhere in the ballpark of like 5:30, 6:30. The time rolling back like messed him up so bad because it used to be 6:30 to 7:30, and he's never adapted. Because he doesn't understand time. So
Right.
yeah. Then he wakes up at about 10:30. But he's just looking for 3 ounces and then a binky essentially,
Right.
and then he'll go back to sleep till. This is where the toss up is. If that milk, if that formula upset his stomach, then he's up at 1:32. But if not, then he generally sleeps till close to 4, and then you just give him a little bit more, and then he'll sleep usually till about 6 to 7:30. Today
Okay.
he slept till 8:15.
Oh, damn.
Wow. Celebration.
She came in and was like, "I'm concerned," and I'm like, "Why?"
Naturally.
She's like, "He
Sounds like a mother thing to say.
yeah. But,
And do you work from home, or are you in an office?
So I do work from home when I am working. I will go in sometimes, but it's generally just as to see my dad more than anything, because it's one of those things where I don't even know how to describe it. Just want to bounce a hello off of him at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And we'll bring Taylor and Percival out as well, just kind of a whole family affair at that point. And then
Sweet name.
Yeah.
Percival. Yeah, so we're English
Percy.
and Scottish, so it's Knights of the Round Table.
Right.
He was one of the only knights to get to the Holy Grail, and my great grandfather's name was also Percival, so I was like, it's a double entendre in a sense, on a family line. But I don't know, it's a bit older of a name, but
They're coming back.
I love old names.
Yeah,
The Maves, the
yeah. There's something nice about old names.
Yeah.
I don't mind Jacob, but I would rather be a Percival.
Isn't that a name from the Bible? It's pretty old.
Dude. Yeah, biblical names are always massive. Always massive.
Yeah.
But
Well, you almost named him Ezekiel, so he almost had a Bible name as well.
yeah, he almost had a biblical name. I love the way that it sounds. But at the end of the day, even with your kid Ez, I was there's a lot of Ez's.
They're gonna have the same nickname. I remember you telling me.
Yeah. So it's just And then I thought about it, and Ezekiel's as Catholic as it is Jewish, and I'm not super religious by any means.
Right.
She's Christian, but I was just I was
I think you made a
do something
great
more
choice.
about heritage. Yeah,
You made a great choice, man. That's a beautiful name.
Thanks. Yeah, no.
I know we only have so much time, but I did want to talk a little bit about World of Warcraft, because I know this has been part of your life for a really long time, and it's a topic that we probably won't see much on the podcast.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I think what impresses me, or I'm a little bit envious of, is your commitment to it. And I know it's ever changing, and there's new things that are coming out.
Do you still play it?
Yeah. Yeah, I still play it.
No way.
He's an avid World of Warcraft player.
There's only been maybe about a year and a half that I didn't play, in the last 20. And it was when I lived overseas, because I didn't have a laptop that was capable of running it appropriately. It would run at 5 FPS, so it would drive me nuts.
Totally.
But what you want to know about it?
I just want to know how important that's been to your life, and that part of that you talked about keeping your friends together and connected and everything, because that's something I see you guys doing a lot in your Discord, or talking about. So how has it been an important part of your life, and what do you think that offers to you?
So I didn't actually think that it was a very important part of my life until I was older. I would say the first 10 years, from 2006 to 2016, I just looked at it as a game, right? As you kind of hit your mid 20s, that's when everybody kind of starts getting into their family or girlfriend or boyfriend bag, and all of a sudden you're just career as well, right? So you're just I don't have a lot of time to play with these people. And a lot of friend groups that I know, either pivot that to Shinny, or pivot that to whatever sport they're all included in, or even FPS. Everyone in the world plays Call of Duty, or everyone in the world plays Fortnite or something, just something that you can pick up and play. WoW kind of demands a little bit more time out of you, which is nice, because it's I would say, like, upon reflection, it having such a long grind, when you're looking at like the top end of like, playing in that sphere, uh that slow progression kind of like set me up with lifting, or set me up with like understanding that things don't like good things don't necessarily come easy. And oddly enough, like like I said, I got into it in 2006, so I was 13. When you're raiding, which is like an end game content thing, and you're like 13, 14, and you're dealing with like 40 or 45-year-olds, like middle-aged men that are like taking it probably a little bit more seriously than they should be. It actually like helped me on a social level to adapt to appropriate responses, probably in the workplace, or like most likely just like in a place that's like on a common ground with somebody else when you necessarily wouldn't be. Because like if you're a mid 40-year-old and you're talking to like a 14 or 15-year-old that somehow just like knows this one thing that you don't, you kind of like look at that kid or that teen and you're like, what do you know? Like, you're young. But in that game, like everyone, it just all comes down to performance. So they don't look at you like you're like lesser than, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
And if you are lesser than, then they like actually try to improve you. And even now at 32, like, you come across new things even after 20 years. I was doing like something recently where I was like questing through this zone, and there was a whole area of it that I never even knew existed. And it's like, I've flown over this thing like 1,000 times. And yeah, no,
I can't imagine how big that world is. I've never played World of Warcraft. I don't know about you, Ben. I don't think you're not a super gamer or anything.
3 months in grade 12.
Yeah.
But I couldn't play it on my own computer. I was staying at a buddy's house and would play on his computer because he was really into it.
Yeah.
Do you play D&D?
So I don't. A lot of my friends do, though. Like, a lot of my gamer friends are in like campaigns, or there's like Gloomhaven and Frosthaven, which is also kind of like a pre-constructed D&D that exists as a board game. Right. It's a lot easier to just set up. You don't have to do your own character sheets and like a million other things. But no, like it sounds ridiculous. I was a gamer at one point. I don't necessarily consider myself a gamer now because I, outside of World of Warcraft, like I pick things up for a little bit, then I put it back down. But my friend group being so committed to that game, that's like the easy thing for us to hop on and do something with one another with for like an hour or two if we have the spare time. And yeah, you're like focused on something, so you're not necessarily talking, but it's like that time spent where something random can pop up, and then you just have like a conversation. I've had some of the deepest conversations in my life on Discord over that game, or like, people opening up in a way that like I'd never expect,
right.
From a friend, just because like, you spend that time.
Can I say that people who aren't gamers, people that didn't really grow up playing video games, or maybe have never played an MMORPG, I played Destiny for like probably 10 years and was pretty committed to that for a while. But anyone that hasn't been in that world, it creates bonds with people that you may never have met in your life, right? They're people that you only 100%. Know online, but you've spent hours trying to accomplish a task that neither of you know how to do, or a group of people that don't know how to do. Creates a ton of teamwork. It's kind of like being on a sports team, right? Like some camaraderie there. And you have memories, or like you said, those conversations that you can look back on that are just maybe make an impact on your life. Video games aren't all that bad, man. This is a side of it that I think is truly underrated.
I actually, some of like the people I keep in contact with now, when I was like 15, I was in a guild. There was a bunch of people around my age, like 15, 17-year-old. Back then I couldn't drive, obviously, so we just like hung out on WoW. But I went to my one friend that I met in game from London, like London, Ontario. I went to his wedding, and I was like one of the first people they told that they were having a girl. And I keep in contact with him probably like once every week or two, like at this point in time. And that's just because we're on a down cycle on WoW, like at the moment. Like when we're on an up cycle, I talk to that guy almost daily.
So an up cycle will be like when a new
patch or expansion or something. Yeah, in 1 month. And then
you got a clock ticking, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's like 6 guys like down in Detroit that like I have physically gone and visited for weekends at a time, like probably at this point like 7 or 8 times. And I met them all through WoW. They were all in my guild at one point. They were all like friends in real life. Even though they were from different areas of Detroit, they all like conglomerated into like one area for a little bit. So yeah, I just go visit and I stay at one of their houses like for whole weekends.
Wow.
I
All from a
once
video
upon
game.
a time went to a wedding in Serpent River, Ontario, near Elliott Lake,
What?
where the husband and wife met on World of Warcraft. She was from Texas. He was from Serpent
Nice.
River.
Yeah.
Wow. See?
Yeah, man. And that
The
happens.
Connections like you couldn't believe that people even get married over it. Like that's amazing.
Well,
Incredible.
and that's the weird part. Like, there's a million different emotions just because, like, the best way to describe it is like when you're raiding or even when you're playing with guildies, like, you're around these people, it's almost a part time job. Like, if you're actually like mythic raiding, it's like at least another 9 to 16 hours a week of just you with the same other like 19 people. And, you know, you keep up with people, you know what's going on sort of in their lives because like you hang out a little bit after or before the raid, especially if you're like taking part in what's going on in the guild. And yeah, like in the million different emotions, there was a guild leader that I had for like 2 or 3 years who actually just like suddenly passed away like a month or two ago. And
Goodness.
yeah, and the entire like his family knew that it meant so much to him that like people would at least see him laid to rest that they like live streamed his funeral and like the procession and shit. Like it was
Wow.
insane. So there was
And how many hours do you think you spent playing with that guy?
Oh god.
Right? Like you don't even have to say it, but like that is how it
Yeah,
is. You
like
know what I mean?
I would say probably close to like 10 days played, like 240 hours, like 240 to 480, like somewhere in that ballpark.
I don't
So,
get to play
yeah.
MMORPGs these days, but you know, I do miss that. I do miss that camaraderie. Like I play with guys from LA all over the place.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, if we ever talked again, it'd probably be like completely fine, like completely normal conversation. But
Yeah.
yeah.
It's hard to
so-
describe to somebody, especially in like other generations who kind of just see gaming as like a childish thing. But like at the end of the day, I have great eye-hand coordination. I'm telling you right now, it's not from sports. Like I play baseball, but like outside of that, no, it was mostly gaming. Yeah, and I've made lifelong connections. I have a ton of friends like due to this, which is like beautiful. Because that's how we all first connected. Like my gamer group that like I still keep in contact with daily, we just made a guild and we played together for oh god, I don't know, like 2009, 2010, all the way till about like 2016 is when like it kind of started fracturing because the different versions of WoW started coming out like in 2019, and a couple of them went back to classic, but we're still talking, we're still hanging out, we're still doing things. Come over for UFC. You know.
Yeah, just so you know, Ben, Jake does like an open house UFC night. So
Yeah,
can-
most of the time. Yeah. I think there's one this Saturday. Like I'm pretty sure there's one this Saturday, the 24th.
I love how much you love being around people, dude. Like having that open door policy or like even being in Discord and just being available. I think that more people should be like that. It's something we miss.
It's funny.
Like I wouldn't be opposed to you guys just showing up at my house anytime as well. So like,
All right, I'll be there in 5.
Yeah.
okay.
But actually, wait. I wanna spin this around. I know we're at an hour and 8 minutes. I know you guys normally like cap out 115. Ben,
Yes.
how do you like the area?
Oh gosh, this isn't how the show works. We ask the questions. Man, I don't want to sound corny, but man, I love it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a Robitaille, so people think I'm related to half of LaFontaine.
You have the same name as someone I went to public and high school with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, shocking. Yeah, no, I mean, you know, my wife and I moved here, like, you know, from North Bay originally, and she's from Huntsville, but we were living in Hamilton. We
Mhm.
moved here 4 years ago, and there's no looking back. There's not an ounce of regret. There's not,
Yeah.
you know, the
This
first.
is a place like when you think about it, is this a good place to raise a child?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Compared to like, I think about North Bay and a couple other places I've lived, and I'm like, no,
Right.
I'd rather raise them here.
Right? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think North Bay we could have, because North Bay was on the table when we were leaving Hamilton. My wife actually got a job there and she turned it down. You know, it was just a little too far from everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, ended up in Penetang. And I mean, within 3 months of moving, like, we bought a house, got a dog, got engaged, and like did all the things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we committed pretty hard, pretty quick. And I mean, in the last 4 years, met a ton of great people. I'm meeting new people, mostly thanks to Richard every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
He's
just
been around for a minute.
right. Like, and the more you get to, the more you get to know the community, the better it gets. And
Yeah.
it's already pretty great. So
I wouldn't call myself a matchmaker, but I do love introducing people to other people. And
Yeah, true.
you know, as Jake knows, because I've had him over at my house and introduced him to all sorts of people. But yeah. So like when this comes around, and I'm like, oh, I think Jake and Ben will like really get along. Like I think, you know, they could really spend time together and enjoy the company. But I love that.
Yeah.
So this is every time I get to introduce anyone to anyone, it's like I like that. It feels
Right.
good. So
Yeah, no, I was just curious.
did you ever play racing games?
I like racing games. The last one I played was like the remaster of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Okay.
I like those arcadey ones. I don't know why. They're so ridiculous.
Burnout. Burnout was great. Where you just smash every
Burnout
car.
was incredible too. Yeah. Do you mean like realistic racing games, like Assetto Corsa and stuff?
Well, F1 specifically.
Oh, I love F1.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's sad to see what they're doing to my boy Charles Leclerc.
Oh,
over at
yes.
Ferrari.
Oh, yeah.
Yeesh.
Mamma mia.
Lewis Hamilton.
I know. Hi. What are we doing? Oh, my God.
I thought I was a Ferrari fan, and then like the second year of watching, I realized I was a Charles fan, and I'm like, if he goes somewhere else, like I'm probably not repping Ferrari in any capacity.
Right. You know who grew on me a lot this year?
Who?
Williams.
Oh, yeah.
You want to see them do well.
They've been in the basement for like what, the better half of 15 years or something,
Yeah,
like somewhere in that ballpark. And then
somewhere,
all of
yeah.
a sudden, they have Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz. Yeah, Carlos. Yeah, the smooth operator himself. He I'm so glad that he podiumed like twice, and
Right?
the only Ferrari hardly did it, but
Yeah.
you know, one of the mid-tier teams decided like, oh, we're just gonna get this guy on the podium a few times.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
speaks a lot to Carlos though too.
this is good. I feel like I don't have any F1 friends in the area, so
Oh yeah,
we might need to talk more.
yeah. No, I love F1. Honestly, it was Drive to Survive, like season 1. Then I
Yep.
stopped watching after season 1, and I've just been like watching the races ever since. I hate when they're in the far reaches of Asia because I do not feel like staying up till midnight or waking
Right.
up at 4. But I'll go back and rewatch the races.
Ever since we've had the baby, I watch most of them on replay.
Yeah,
Stay
that's
off
fair.
social media, like don't see any of the results, and then go and watch it. But
Nine
I've
times
got,
out
I've
of
got a
10.
little, I've got a little like sim rig here, so you'll have to come over and
Oh, really?
yeah,
Ooh,
we'll,
that'd be really fun.
yeah, it'll be a good time.
We'll get you in the Discord, Ben, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about with Jake, because they're always posting stuff, and you can post some Doug pictures. He's got a dog named Doug.
Doug,
He is a dog.
like up.
Not on purpose, but yes, he is
Okay,
a
that
golden,
makes sense.
like the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, one of the best movies of all time. One of the saddest intros of all time, though.
Oh my gosh! Right?
Beat us all
2
up.
minutes into this, and I'm bawling.
Yeah, Pixar's trying to just get you.
Yeah.
But
They
all right.
succeeded.
Jacob, you've been so incredibly generous with your time today.
No, that's
We're
okay.
Taking you away from your white collar work today, I think, by the looks of things.
Yeah, no work as of yet. Probably have a phone call with Dad because he's called me 3 times. So I don't know. He didn't even text me, which is kind of like worrisome as well. Oh, okay, never mind. He did text me. Perfect. I know what's about.
Good. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
thanks so much for
worried.
coming
I was
on,
like-
man. I, you know, obviously, like trying to find guests and everything like that. I was I talked to you maybe, when did we talk about this? Like November I had proposed it to you, or December?
I think it was October. Like it was a
Maybe.
long time ago. And then yeah, I just getting sick over the weekend. It was whatever that flu's going around. Like
Right?
I tell you,
We've all
it
had
is decimated
Oh my
like
God.
most of the people I know for a couple days. But
Yeah.
It is what
Yeah,
it
no, it's nice to like come to it. You know what I mean? We do all the planning, we talk about it, but then they come around, and I don't know about like you're not doing it every week, but me and Ben get so excited about these episodes, and Ben doesn't even know the guests half the time. He's just like, "Yeah, I'm going to show up and be stoked," and I'm just like, "You will be stoked because these guests are great." And
he's
yes, so now like actually coming together, it's awesome. So like, thanks for coming on, and
no,
you had
thanks
some
for
really
having me.
good points, man. Like you're a good speaker. I think you underrate that about yourself. You're a good speaker.
Oh yeah, no, I consider myself type B by a mile. After this, I probably will just talk to Taylor for a little bit, and then I'll just be silenced for like 30 minutes. Just a nice little recalibration.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. Well, thanks so much. Do you go by Jake or Jacob? I should know this an hour and 15 into
Honestly,
this episode.
like I go by Jake to most people.
Right.
The only people that call me Jacob are like honestly Taylor and my mother, and usually when I hear that, I know I'm in trouble. So
Okay. All right. Jake it is.
yeah.
Yes. Thanks so much, Jake. It was great
problem.
meeting you, and yeah, we'll be in touch, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Sweet.
All right, thanks for having me,
See you,
guys.
dude.
Thanks.
Boy.
Richard. Great. Okay. Listeners.
You say this every time.
I know. And
Great guest.
I need to reiterate it because Richard does the heavy lifting here. He's gotten, I think, like all but maybe one. Have I gotten a
I
guest
think
yet?
Amber.
Right.
Yeah, which was amazing.
Yeah. But like you're setting the standard pretty high here, Richard. So thank you.
It's easy
for
though.
that.
I think there are just so many people. That's why like this podcast was just such a good idea. There's just meeting people, getting to know people, which is something that I love to do, as you know.
Right.
You get to hear their story and just someone like Jake, just knowing his family too. I know a little bit more, but yeah, it's just so easy to find guests when there's such amazing people. So you call it heavy lifting, but I don't think it's that heavy.
Right. It's not, and do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Right. So yeah, this is our first guest back for the new year. We're well into season 1 here, folks. So make sure if you made it to the end of this episode, you like and share the podcast with all your friends. Make sure to give us a rating on wherever you're finding your podcast, and if you're watching on YouTube, get subscribed. And hit that notification icon so you can be notified the next time we drop an episode. We come out every Tuesday. So, buckle up.
I think also one thing we've been asking for is feedback. And I have gotten some feedback personally from people, which is always amazing to hear, just to know that people are listening. But comment on our videos and everything. Just tell us what you're thinking, whether it's as simple as, oh, this is a great guest, or I learned something.
Mostly compliments. If you want to compliment us, please don't hold back. It is tough to receive a compliment, but we'll do our best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's all
for
for
the
this
next episode. We got more guests coming up, so looking forward
Yeah.
to that.
Buckle up. Well, thanks so much, everyone, for stopping by our open house.
I hope you enjoyed the snacks, enjoyed the incredible view of all of us, and come next time the house is open.
Roll the outro. The view of